You guys are a rock band, and having had some experience with rock bands in my career, a key component, not only the marketing side of building a band's career, but also the money-making side of it, ultimately, comes from touring. And you guys started in Las Vegas, which is not one of those New York, Nashville, or LA places, but Las Vegas has some unique characteristics about being a show business capital. I read a story that how that backdrop of Las Vegas helped define the band's live performance. Talk about that, if you would, for a second.
Sure, sure. I mean, the guys, in a number of ways, I think it did. You know, and I don't think there's any city that a band has to be out of. We certainly didn't think so. Vegas was home for us, but in many ways it shaped the band. I mean, they played a lot of cover gigs. You can't do that in a lot of cities, but a lot of the hotels, and I remember they played several shows at this place called O'Shea's that was known for having the cheapest beer on the Strip, and it's closed now. So I'm
beer was too cheap, I guess.
Yeah, the beer may have been a little too cheap. But they would do, sometimes up to 6-hour gigs, mixes of covers and originals. In fact, Dan passed out during the last song of one of those gigs, and the band kept playing, and he collapsed into the drum set, and he came to afterwards, and everybody stood up and cheered. It was like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or anyway. So I think for one thing, playing those type of things helped them to, I think, analyze and appreciate a lot of the music that they were covering and playing. But also, more so, especially at some of the hotels when they're playing out on the casino floor, you're competing with a lot of lights and, a lot of, dancers, whatever. And you really have to fight to get attention. I remember the first time I actually went to a hotel to watch them doing one of their cover gigs. I was walking out, and I'm walking out of the casino floor, and I hear yelling, and it's Dan's voice on a microphone yelling to somebody who was apparently, walking by the stage or whatever, and he's in the middle of a song and just grabbing their attention and jumping off the stage and, down by the table singing. And, I think that kind of in-your-face mentality that was kind of required in those circumstances served them really well in the end. And it, gave them a lot of time to kind of hone their craft, but also helped shape the type of, band they are. They're certainly a bigger is better band, if you will. You can't have a drum on stage that's too big, for example.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I saw the guys in the band for the first time at the K-Rock Christmas show this past December, whenever it was, and I react very big, or not, to the singers in band. And I got to tell you, Dan Reynolds owns it up there. And now understanding a little bit of the backdrop, it makes it all come together.